Good morning out there in Bartonella world, Lyme world, co-infections world, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Even the people that have Scleroderma. Today I want to discuss that, but first I want to mention something that I think is very important. If you guys have any property that has like Japanese barberry on it, get rid of it, okay? They already know that, whereas deer tend to host more of your larger ticks, Japanese barberry tends to be a nice environment for the early stage smaller ticks. So if you have any of that on your property, or if you're going into woods that has it, avoid it like the plague, people, please. So now on to what I wanted to discuss. So last night, I had gone to one of the events that my other half was doing the entertainment for, and there was a gentleman there, and he had Scleroderma. And basically what it is, for those that don't know, the stuff in between your joints and stuff, your body tends to overproduce it, kind of like your cartilage, things like that. I'm not quite familiar with exactly what it is, so I don't really want to get too detailed. The moral of the story is it's hardening of the skin. Bad circulation, so on. He was describing having it in his mouth, too. In the lungs, which is really bad. Let's face it, heart, lungs, things like that. Hardening of that, poor circulation, we know where that leads to. So I did a little research on that because he described it as being an autoimmune disease, and I'm fascinated by autoimmune diseases because it appears a lot of times, let's face it, that a lot of autoimmune diseases are underlying conditions of a Lyme co-infection. And unfortunately, as we already all know, testing for Lyme disease is terrible. You never really get accurate diagnoses after you've had it for a while. And then doctors tell their patients that it's gone when we know that it appears that most of the time Lyme does not go away. Dormant, lies dormant, yes. But this guy had the little tiny red spots on his face, just like a lot of people with Scleroderma do. And that's just another thing that a lot of us people with Lyme or Lyme co-infections have. So I'm looking at and researching different little things on what the symptoms are with that and so on. And I came across this one lady who they had diagnosed with Lyme disease. And then they told her later on that she didn't have it. And then after a couple of years, she got diagnosed with Scleroderma. Now, of course, like us with Lyme and stuff like that, they go through the same thing, being told, oh, it's all in your head, you're a hypochondriac, the whole 9 yards. You know how doctors are. If they can't figure it out, it must be you that has the problem, not them. And I'm wondering, now this is just a thought and a theory, I'm wondering if there is a possible connection. Because she's not the only case that I read about. But there were other people, but hers really stands out because she had had like an exacerbation or a herx. And, where you have your down times and stuff like that. And then she was describing when treated with antibiotics, she started to feel better, and so on. And then it comes back, and so on. So I'm wondering again, is there a connection between yet another autoimmune disease like Scleroderma with a Lyme co-infection? I'm curious. I need to know if any of you have ever been diagnosed with Scleroderma. I really would like to know that because I think that that's important. If you have been, please go down below and write exactly, what it is that you have, when you were diagnosed, what you were feeling prior, and so on. And if anybody has Scleroderma, I'm curious to know, have any of your doctors ever told you to be tested for Lyme? Because with Lyme and like Bartonella and co-infections and stuff, if you don't usually catch the Lyme test within 3 to 6 months of getting it, the chances of it showing up are nil. And I noticed myself that if you are on a course of antibiotics, that is the best time to get tested for Lyme or any of its co-infections. I would highly suggest looking under different types of co-infections with Lyme disease and so on. I'm not saying that that's what you have, but I'm really curious to know, because a lot of the symptoms that you guys have are what we have. So, yes, do your research on Lyme co-infections if you have Scleroderma, and you might want to look into being tested. Now, a lot of the tests you have to pay for out of pocket, but a lot of the tests you can get like through Mayo Clinic. And like I said, you know, the chances of your test coming back positive aren't very good after 6 month stage. And if you already have Scleroderma, chances are it's not going to show up positive anyway. So I would highly suggest getting tested, blood work for it, after you've been on a course of antibiotics. Well, guys, an update on myself. I'm still doing good. I've been having my ups and down days. Hair's still falling out like it always does. So this is 2.5 years with it falling out. I'm going to say in about another year, I'm probably not going to look too good without a wig, or at least a hairpiece. Hopefully, with this diet that I'm going to be starting, not this week, but next Sunday or Monday, we'll see if that's a contributing factor to either the thyroid, maybe, or possible sugar-related issues and so on. Like the rest of us, if I don't get a lot of sleep, you know, I feel like blah the next day, and so on. But other than that, mentally, I'm feeling great. Thank you for the people that commented and said, yay, congratulations, you got out of the situation. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that I did get out of that situation. It was not fun. At any rate, I hope everybody is doing well. Let me know how you guys are doing down below, how your summer's been. I know most of us avoid the heat, and so on. And obviously in this video, I should be at the other direction, facing the light, and I'm facing away from it, because we all know what it does to our eyes. At any rate, until next time, guys, I bid you all a farewell. I hope everybody is doing well, and never give up. Never give up. There's going to be down times, but you know what? You're going to come out of those down times. All right, I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.